And welcome into RedRaiders.com. I'm Shannon. This is Zach previewing Texas Tech and Oklahoma State this Thursday. Will anything get better?
You know, that's a fantastic question, Shannon. You would think it would get better, but Oklahoma State has not been real friendly to the old Red Raiders. Have not beat them since 2008, and they haven't won in Stillwater since a dude named Cliff Kingsbury was the quarterback.
In 2001. And Zach, let's look at the best case and worst case scenarios for Tech. What's the best case?
Well, you know, best case I think is you find a way to get bowl eligible. That's about the best you can hope for with this team right now. But to do that, you got to beat Kansas, got to beat Iowa State, you got to defend your home turf against either West Virginia or Texas, which will not be easy. And then you got to get a road win. And if you look at the best chances, TCU, Kansas State, Oklahoma State, that's a tall task right now for Texas Tech. But you can get it started on Thursday night with a win over Oklahoma State.
Yes, you certainly can. What's the worst case scenario?
The worst case scenario is not going to be very good, and I don't think anyone's going to enjoy listening to this, but it's the blunt truth. They may only win one or two more football games if they don't fix their issues right now on defense, mistakes on offense, and mental errors. You look at KU and Iowa State, and I don't think either of those are guaranteed wins, especially Iowa State. November 22nd in the lovely state of Iowa. I'm sure we'll all enjoy that trip. Texas Tech, that'll be a tough place for them to win. This could be a really bad year if they don't fix things.
Exactly. And Zach, what are the three keys for the game for Texas Tech?
You know, you look at this Texas Tech and Oklahoma State game. Before the year, we thought, hey, Tech could go up to Stillwater and win, and they still can. I just think it's going to be awful tough. Key number one for me, stop the run. I'm sure no one has heard that all week. Any of us say stop the run. But
Never.
You have to. Mike Gundy said they're not very good running the football. So they're either going to cure what ails them in the form of the Texas Tech defense, or Tech's going to stand tough, get a little bit better, make Dax Garman, an inexperienced quarterback, throw a lot. Eventually, hopefully, a mistake comes, you get a big interception, turns the tide of the game.
What's another key we should look at?
I think don't turn the ball over. And I know that sounds stupid, but honestly, Texas Tech hasn't won a turnover battle in God knows when. If they don't stop turning the ball over, they're in trouble. This team just cannot afford mistakes like that. If they can play a game turnover-free, Davis Webb manages the game well, and they take advantage of the scoring opportunities, they're going to be there at the end.
All right, and third off?
Third off, I think it's get tough and persevere. I mean, God, for God's sakes, they just got to do a gut check here and decide what they want the rest of their season to look like. Are you going to be a team that folds mentally, can't stop the run, and gets drilled by teams that you shouldn't get drilled by? Or are you going to be a team that says, you know what, we're going to go to Oklahoma State. This is the first conference game. We can wipe the slate clean. You get a win here. You're in first place in the conference, as they mentioned this week at the old press conference. And at the core level, just get pissed off. You should hate Oklahoma State. They stole all your traditions. They stole the horse. They stole the hand signal.
They stole all the wins.
Yeah, I mean, they stole a lot of things. So just get mad at Oklahoma State and decide, you know what, Texas Tech's going to have a different identity the rest of this football season.
All right, Zach, and let's move on to what bugs you the most.
What bugs me the most right now for Texas Tech, you know, there are some good and some bad things. What concerns, I think, all of us was the mood yesterday around the football facility during the press conference. People seem down. They do not like dealing with the situation that they're dealing with right now with the defensive coordinator. None of them asked to be put in that situation, but Mike Smith is a good guy. He's someone who impresses you deeply. This is a local person, Coronado High School, Texas Tech, played in the NFL, a highly coveted coach in the NFL as an assistant, and an upbeat guy who's always been nothing but kind to us. And the kids mentioned that yesterday. Sam McGuavin said it, didn't he?
Yes.
Maybe a guy who treats you a little bit more like a man and not like a child. Hopefully that translates over to the football field. But here's what worries me is this comment. Cliff Kingsbury has made this comment a couple times. He said what? He said they either got to get better or get better personnel in here.
That's scary.
You hope it's not the second thing, because what that insinuates is you don't have the players on campus to be productive on defense and do the things offensively that you want to do. You hope that this is just a little coach speak and they're trying to motivate those kids by saying, we're challenging you. We're challenging your manhood to step up and play better for this university, or we're going to have to bring other people in. And if the answer truly is that they have to bring other people in, Shannon, look out. Long football year for Texas Tech, and they're basically saying, we can't solve this until the recruiting class gets in 2015. That would be bad for everyone.
And now let's finish the show with picking the game.
This is tough. You know, like I said at the start of the show, we thought Texas Tech could go to Stillwater and be competitive before the year started. They still can. I just think it's a really tough road ahead. They have to play mistake-free football. No turnovers. Take advantage of every scoring opportunity, and like I said, limit the Oklahoma State run. Make Dax Garman throw the ball underneath. He loves to go long. This kid has got a cannon for an arm, but he's inexperienced. You make him throw more than he wants to, you get a pick six, you get a big turnover, you shut that crowd up, because that is a nice crowd in that stadium, especially at night in Boone Pickens Stadium. You keep them quiet, Texas Tech stays in this game. However, I just don't see it happening. I just don't see those issues getting fixed that quickly on defense, and hoping that the offense plays a mistake-free football game. And let's be blunt, Mike Gundy likes to score, and if he gets a chance to score a lot, he'll do it. I think this game gets out of hand, Shannon. I think it's Oklahoma State 55-31.
And Zach, I agree with you on that. I think it's going to be Oklahoma State 45, Texas Tech 28. I just think Davis Webb's going to give too many interceptions.
You know what? That's blunt, but maybe the truth. He's staring down receivers and defensive backs are picking him. Hopefully he doesn't do that, and Texas Tech has a good night in Stillwater, but tough road to hoe with the Cowboys.
Oh, yeah, and we definitely hope that it ends up better than we predict.
Yeah, exactly.
And, of course, we'll be in Stillwater on Thursday. But for now, we bid you farewell. Check out our lovely products. I'm Shannon. This is Zach, and you're on RedRaiders.com.